Welcome to another video. Today we're just going to do one long ramble about the Chelsea transfer rumours and confirmations that have been coming out in the last day or so, last 24 hours. I'm just going to talk, give you my opinions. I want to hear your opinions in the comments. I've been replying to every single comment and I want you lot to converse with each other as well. So let me know what you think about these stories. But first of all, we're going to start with the transfers. There's a few that have been confirmed to have actually gone through by the clubs themselves. Then you've got an interesting one about Carney Chukwuemeka. He has huge potential and we can all tell, but his injury concerns are up for debate and he could be out, which would play on my heart a little bit. You got Here We Go soon for another youngster coming in, and then the big one, could we break our transfer record to sign this player? He's a striker and it's not Osimhen, it's not Gyökeres, it's not none of them. It's only one that's really come into fruition recently, but he would cost a lot of money. But starting off with Omari Hutchinson, this man has, I don't think it's official just yet, Fabrizio Romano's given the Here We Go. It's going to be a £20 million transfer plus 2.5 mil in add-ons. Arsenal have gained, I think, £3 million because of the selling clause they inserted when we got him on a free. It might have just been a compensation clause. So they've got £3 million of that, which is insignificant. But the interesting and the most important good business part is that Omari Hutchinson, his selling clause for Ipswich, because unless Ipswich managed to do a Brighton or something in the next 3 years, they're going to be playing in Europe, which could be on the cards. I guess they got a great manager, they got a decent team. If they can stay up and they get a few more quality players like Omari Hutchinson, they could do something and really be in the Premier League for the long-term future. But to be honest, Omari Hutchinson will probably be at Ipswich for a maximum of 3 years, I imagine, because he will go on to great things. I hope that his future would lie at Chelsea, but for his career, he thinks that going to Ipswich will be best for him, which, to be fair, I cannot believe him. He was playing week in, week out, really, one of their best players at the age of 20 or 21, and he's popular there, obviously. Let me just change that a little bit. There you go, that's a bit better. But yeah, we got 25% selling clause, but you also have the right to match another transfer. So I think the way that works, if let's say Man City come in or his ex-club Arsenal come in 3 years time, offer like £60 million, if we then match that, if we offer £60 million, I think we get the priority in signing him back. So it's not already a buyback clause, but we get a priority. Another transfer, Hakim Ziyech, we kind of forgot about him, let's be honest. He's at Fenerbahce, I think, or it might be Galatasaray, one of the Turkish ones. Please, no Turkish nutters come with me, because like I've seen the fans there. They are mental. The atmospheres must be crazy. I want to go to a Turkish game one day. But yeah, Hakim Ziyech just go in. I think it's a free transfer, but we do have the opportunity to get some money further down the line. And the last one, Ian Maatsen for £37.5 million. Great business, pure profit. But he's not really going to fit Chelsea. I think he lacks the physical quality to perform at the top level in the Premier League. But then he's going to Aston Villa, who was also in the Premier League and finished higher above us last season. So I'm not going to then say that they're making stupid decisions, because there's a lot of money for someone that only really had a great championship season at Burnley. And then he did go on that run in the Champions League from Borussia Dortmund, but they didn't want to fork out £35 million for him. So you can kind of tell that maybe he's replaceable, but we got £38 million for him. I think that's great business. I could free up some funds for another transfer or fall in line with the PSR rules. But secondly, Carney Chukwuemeka, he was signed from Aston Villa for, actually first, Omari Kennyman has signed from Aston Villa for £90 million. That is an official one. £90 million for the 18-year-old actually. He's played a couple of Premier League games. He'll probably go into the academy, the development squad for a season, then out on loan maybe, then into the first team. I think it was a bit of a dodgy one with Maatsen going out, Omari Kennyman coming in, helps everyone for PSR. But yeah, he was £19 million. 2 years ago, Chelsea signed Carney Chukwuemeka for £20 million as a 17-year-old, I believe. He was highly rated at the time. Barcelona wanted him. He had already played minutes in the Premier League at the age of 17. And we've seen at Chelsea his quality. He really carried us to beating Leicester, to beating Enzo Maresca's and killing Dewsbury Hall's Leicester in the FA Cup last season. He scored a very clutch last-minute winner. Then Madueke, when he scored his best mate. You can see the bromance between them. So, first of all, he has had injury problems this season. I thought this would be his breakout season, but his injuries have... He's not played that much, to be honest, because of his injuries. And it is a shame because he's 18, 19, and the quality he possesses is incredible. He has a huge future ahead of him, huge potential if he can get these injuries under control, which I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can do that. But AC Milan, they've seen huge success. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Christian Pulisic, Fikayo Tomori, Olivier Giroud, all leaving Chelsea, joining AC Milan, and they want another piece of that. And they want Carney Chukwuemeka. They wanted them on a loan with an option to buy, but Chelsea have said no. They either want an obligation, or they either want not a free transfer, a transfer fee, or to keep him. But they might meet in the middle, make a loan with an obligation to buy it. That I saw something about if he meets enough, if he starts enough games, basically if he's not injured the whole season, then they will sign him permanently. But this is all rumours at the moment. Personally, I've got a connection to Carney Chukwuemeka. I think he's got huge potential. I want to see him play in the future for Chelsea's first team, and I think he can. I think under Enzo Maresca, he could really do that Dewsbury Hall role. He's creative, he can look up passes, he's so good at dribbling, got great control, but then he is also pretty tall and big and strong. And then he can finish as well. He can do everything. And I really thought last season would be his breakout campaign, but I thought this season would definitely be his breakout campaign. But now we're signing Dewsbury Hall. We signed him for £20 million. If AC Milan come in for like a loan with an obligation to buy for like 50, I doubt they'd spend £50 million. If it £30 million profit in 2 years, it would be hard to say no. But I think if it's anything below like 40, it's pointless because he has such huge potential. And I believe he'll go on pre-season with Maresca and impress it. And Maresca will be like, I want this guy in my team for the season. Now, thirdly, Aaron Anselmino is a here we go soon. The Argentinian 19-year-old, I believe, centre-back. It's a here we go soon. So he's not signed just yet, but Chelsea agreed a fee with Boca Juniors for the centre-back for about £15 million. We agreed personal terms a while ago. And the plan was for him to come to Chelsea, do his medical, ship him out on loan to Strasbourg for a season, and then come back next season to Stamford Bridge when he's 20 years old. I think he's right-footed, so he'll go to the right-hand side. He'll be like Wesley Fofana. So maybe we wouldn't go and sign the centre-back this summer if we got Anselmino, because I really fancy Calafiori. He looks incredible in the Euros. But then if he's not left-footed, then we can maybe ship Chalobah. I don't know, we'll have to see. But it looks like he will be going back on loan to Boca Juniors until, I think their season's weird. Not weird, but like it ends in January. So I think another 6 months in Argentina for Anselmino. And then he'll probably go on loan to Strasbourg. And to be honest, he hasn't really played that much for Boca Juniors, I was looking. So if he can start breaking into their first team, get some minutes under his belt in Argentina, where it's a nasty place to play football. The atmosphere there must be mental. I'd like to see that atmosphere, compare it with Argentina and Turkey. You hear about the rivalries in Argentina are mental, apparently. I've never been to Argentina or an Argentinian football game. But if you can look up play in those sort of atmospheres, you can play in any atmosphere in the world. So if he can perform well for Boca Juniors as like a 19-year-old centre back, go on loan to Strasbourg with Patrick Vieira next season. Or maybe it'll just be January to the summer. So 6 months at Boca Juniors, 6 months at Strasbourg, and then come into the Chelsea team with Maresca next summer for the Club World Cup maybe. That'll be interesting because we're going to have to play about 75, 80 games next season, which will be a big, heavy load for the squad. And then lastly, Alexander Isak, Newcastle striker. He's only 23. He signed for Newcastle for about £65 million, and it was kind of their first big transfer after the Saudi State Investment Fund. And it was a bit of a risk, £65 million for this young guy, but he really broke out, I think, the last Euros, or maybe last World Cup. I can't remember. He was great for Sweden. And I remember reading about him back in the day. It was like the next Zlatan when he was like 18, 19. So he was always going to have a great future, a big future ahead of him. I think that was when he was before Real Sociedad even, I believe. Was it Malmo? Was he at Malmo playing well? I don't know. But he's been very good at Newcastle. He had a great season last year. He scored a lot of goals. And he does fit the profile of a striker that Chelsea have been looking at. The Osimhens, the Gyökereses. before we were kind of priced out of a move for them. He's big, tall, but fast. He's still pretty young. And, yeah. But Newcastle... So Newcastle need to sell before Sunday to meet the PSR rules. They're looking to sign that Australian guy, Minte, to Brighton or Everton for £30 million. And there was talk about Gordon maybe leaving to Liverpool. But Alexander Isak would get them a lot of money. But because they signed him for £65 million, if they want to make that sort of profit, the same, like £30-40 million profit, they'd need to sell him for about 100, 110, 115 million pounds. And we know Chelsea do have that money. I don't know if we'd be able to do that. Wait, actually, if the PSR 3-season thing ends on Sunday, on the Monday, does it completely reset? Someone comment, please, because if anyone knows, let me know. If it then resets, we could then go in for Isak. And then, because we've obviously signed 2 £100 million players before in Enzo and Caicedo in the last 3 years. And then Lukaku was even in the last 3 years, was he? So that would be interesting. But then Newcastle obviously wouldn't get their PSR profit, which... Fuck, I just realised the mic's over there. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. And then... Yeah, what was I saying? Isak. He'll cost a lot of money. Chelsea have the money, but it's the financial, legal abilities, the law, the PSR rules, the financial fair play rules. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see if it's possible. This guy could be huge for Chelsea, but apparently he's sold in Newcastle. I can't really see it happening this summer. Maybe next summer if they're forced to sell again, but we'll have to see. Anyway, that are the 4 transfer stories. We got even more than 4 in the end. But thank you very much for watching. Comment your thoughts on these stories. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new here. Turn on the notification bell to get notified when I upload a video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a nice day. And hopefully the mic picked up my voice this time. Goodbye.